And that's where we start with our Newsmaker segment. Take some time to talk about transportation issues in the metro area. One of the best sources of information is our guest. He's Robbie Makinen, the president and CEO of the ATA, the Area Transportation Authority. Robbie, thanks for coming in and welcome to Ruckus.
It's my pleasure, sir. Thanks for having me.
So explain to those of us who may not know, what exactly is the ATA? What do you do?
The ATA is a bi-state transit authority that is approved by both states, Kansas and Missouri, and then approved by Congress. It is our job to help connect the dots and build a robust comprehensive transit system. What the ATA had been before was just a bus company. It's time we used it for what it was meant to be used for.
Does the streetcar come under your jurisdiction?
The streetcar is obviously a valuable asset and a part of the regional transit plan. I love the investment in the streetcar. I love what it's done for this city and what it's done for economic development. But we also need to invest in our people too to follow up on that.
Well, you're interested in bus travel, among other things.
Mm-hmm.
You have suggested that the bus fares be eliminated. And Mayor Lucas has also said he agrees. So you want them gone, he wants them gone. Why are they still intact?
Well, Mike, we've been working on this methodically and strategically for about 3 years. We've made transit free for veterans within the Kansas City region, and we've had over 2.1 million rides. We've made public transit zero fare for our high school kids in North Kansas City, Hickman, and Center. We're coming up on 60,000 rides. We've now just introduced what we call an opportunity pass with safety net providers like domestic violence shelters, as well as like reconciliation services, places like that, coming up on about 10,000 rides there. So we've slowly been working on this to get the bugs out to make sure how it would work. And now I agree with you, sir. It's time to pull the trigger.
So it would probably take action by the city council.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is what you're really trying to do is just how you're going to pay for it, right?
Yeah, which is how much?
Well, we're talking about $8 million probably for Kansas City proper, and then it would be about 11 for the region as a whole.
Okay, you're tangentially involved in the talk about a downtown baseball stadium. I think you're involved because the ATA owns some land that some people think would be a great site for a downtown stadium. What's your involvement with it?
Not really. I mean, the fact is we're sitting on 20-some acres there in between the Crossroads and 18th and Vine. That property that the ATA has right now is perfect, and it could be the conduit between both those areas. And so if anybody, and to be honest, what we'd like to do at the ATA and Ride KC is decentralize. Okay, if we could put some more things north of the river, out in Johnson County, on the east side of Jackson, it would save us money from all the driving we have to do and just decentralize a little bit and open up that area for economic development, whether it's a baseball stadium or anything else.
If you do away with bus fares, does that mean a lot more people will start riding the bus and perhaps cost you more?
Mike, I hope so. Okay, listen, $1.50. We think that $1.50 goes a lot further outside of the fare box than in it. Okay, you pay that $1.50, what are we going to do with it? We're going to build the bureaucracy of the ATA, okay, outside of Mrs. Johnson now on Prospect. If she doesn't have to pay $1.50 and she has 2 kids, and you're talking about $1,500, $2,000 a year back in her pocket, where's that money going to go? It's not going to leave the state. It's going to go right back into the local economy, buying a pair of shoes, buying some bread, whatever that may be, and it's going to generate sales taxes for the city and generate sales tax for the state of Missouri and or Kansas too.
It's too bad you don't feel strongly about that.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. I
no,
do.
That's all right, that's
because
fine.
I really believe, I truly in my heart believe that this is the one thing we can do to make a huge difference in people's lives.
We're down to about
fast.
40 seconds. Bicycle lanes have been talked about a lot on this program. Any thoughts about bicycle lanes and their value to transportation in Kansas City?
The thought is, and what we need to stop doing is comparing one thing to another, streetcar versus bus, bus versus scooter, scooter versus Uber. The fact of the matter is we have to build a comprehensive transit plan because at the end of the day, you don't care. All you want is options and access. Ridership is a byproduct. Okay? It's a byproduct of whether your system, whether you have access and you have the options so that you, as a customer, can pick which one best suits you.
Well, Robbie, thanks very much for coming in. Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for your time. Come back.
It's my pleasure, sir.
All right,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. That is Robbie Makinen. He is the head of the Kansas City Area Transportation Authority. Now let's meet the panel and start a ruckus.